What's up, guys? So I'm always talking about how calories don't matter, and weight management and food management is entirely hormonal. And I'm always double dog daring people to try to gain weight in the absence of carbohydrates. Try to eat enough food to gain weight in the absence of carbohydrates. Even if you believe in calories in, calories out, eat 5,000 calories a day, eat 6,000 calories a day, and see how much weight you gain. You might gain a little bit of weight, but you're not going to gain nearly as much weight as you would if you were eating 6,000 calories in a carbohydrate-based diet, because the body simply will not store fat in the absence of insulin, because that's where the fat comes from. The carbohydrates get converted to sugar, and in the blood the sugar is toxic, so that insulin is released to get the sugar out of the blood, and when it gets the sugar out of the blood, it converts it into fat and stores it. That's how you gain weight. And it has absolutely nothing to do with calories. Absolutely nothing. It is a complete nonsense, fallacious. It's a lie at this point. I mean, like, anybody who understands biochemistry understands that the body, that while thermodynamics certainly do apply to the human body, but it applies very little, if at all, to how your body consumes and processes food and converts it to energy. These are, enzymatic and hormonal processes, oxidation, that sort of thing, a lot of the food that you consume gets pooped out, and a lot of it gets used to build muscle and to structure fat walls and replenish cells and that sort of thing. And there's absolutely no way that you could figure out how much calories you consume, and the calories that are estimated can be plus or minus 20% off, so it's very inaccurate in the first place. And then your body does not utilize everything that you eat, that you measure in calories, as energy. There's so many different things with it, so it's just absolute nonsense. But anyway, I ate one meal today, and it was the first time I've done OMAD, and I ate 7 hours ago, and I feel like I just ate. Now, there hasn't been food in my stomach for several hours, probably. And yet I still feel like I have a full stomach, and that is because of something called hormones, satiety hormones, leptins, those sorts of things, that tell you that you do not need to eat, even though it has been several hours since you need to eat. And there's a reason why that is. That's because I ate actual food that had nutrient density. And when you eat carbohydrates, anything that you don't use immediately as energy, because that's why you get a sugar rush. Your body is prioritizing the sugar, not because it prefers the sugar, but because the sugar is toxic, and it's in an emergency situation getting it out of your body. So it uses it as energy first, and then whatever it can't use as energy, the insulin converts it fat and stores it. So I just thought that, the way I feel right now on one meal, I feel like I just ate. It's been 7 hours, and I'm not going to eat again today. I just feel like that's pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing demonstration, anecdotally, obviously, but you can ask anybody who does one meal a day. It's the same thing. That hormones play so much more of a role in everything health related than it is infinitely more important what you eat than how much you eat. And in fact, like, I was so full. That's the hardest thing about OMAD for me, is fitting a day's worth of food into one sitting, because it's miserable. I ate a pound of ground beef, 2 4-ounce beef sausages, 6 eggs, and a half stick of butter in one sitting. And that's what I normally eat in 2 meals. I packed it into 1 meal, and it was a little bit rough at the end, finishing off that ground beef. Oof. So that's the hardest part about it. I might actually, because I'm so stuck in this paradigm that I have to have a certain amount of a certain amount of protein and a certain amount of fat instead of just listening to my body. You know what I mean? So I might actually downsize the amount of food I eat tomorrow and see how long, and see if I can go the rest of the day again without feeling hungry. And not only do I not feel hungry, but the idea of eating at this point is a little bit repulsive to me. I feel like if I eat right now, I'd feel uncomfortable. Even though there's no food in my stomach, and that's hormones. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. Like I loved, and I was like, man, I'm gonna eat one meal. I love to eat. I don't love to eat so much that I need to eat all the time, but I'm gonna go the whole day without eating. Sorry, guys. So, and then the idea of eating right now is just disgusting to me. It's like, ugh. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Break that paradigm and focus more on what you eat and not how much you eat. You should not, absolutely not be eating 6 meals a day. That is disastrous. It is disastrous to blast your insulin and crash your insulin 6 times a day. And whoever said that was healthy is a freaking moron and probably a liar. It's probably just marketing, trying to get you to wreck your metabolism. Not only that, so that you buy more food, of course, but then eventually, inevitably, you end up on their medications and their surgeries to correct the destruction you create inside your body when you do that to yourself. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for listening as always, and I'll talk to you soon.